Today we're going to create a really basic little landscape drawing using just lines. Here's my example. I wanted you to kind of see where you're headed before you get started. Notice in mine, I chose to do my sky in warm colors and I did all my mountains in cool colors. I will leave it up to you. You can mix up the colors, doesn't matter, but it does have a nice effect, like the mountains are getting dark because the sun's starting to go down. You can in fact do the opposite and use all cool colors in the sky, which makes this feel a little bit more like a moon instead of a sun. And you could do warm colors down here. That also works. I like to go vertical. I think it's a little easier to get your lines across the page. By vertical, I mean my page is up, down. I don't have it sideways. And you're going to start by drawing some mountains going across the page. So somewhere about halfway, very lightly with your number 2 pencil, give me sort of a zigzag. Give it variety. Don't make it all the same. You can even give it a flat top somewhere, like a flat top of a mountain. Then do it again. If you'd prefer to do some wavy hills, you can try that. Keep them a little bit extreme though. We don't want it to get confusing with the sky. You can also have some overlap in here. I could overlap a mountain. Because I overlapped that one, I'm going to have to erase out this line. That mountain range is now behind, so it's disappearing. That part's gone. Okay, so I've got 1, 2, 3. I'm going to give it one more. I'd like you to have 4 in here, so try to squeeze in. Or can I squish in another mountain? Okay, so right now I have 4 sections for my mountain. 1, 2, 3, 4. I drew a little bit dark so that you could see. I would like you to draw really lightly so that you don't see these pencil lines when you have a finished drawing. For the sky, we're just gonna do something like some wavy lines. I do like to give it a sun or a moon. You can stick it wherever. Just a little free-handed circle somewhere in the sky, and then some wavy lines. And again, I want you to break it into at least 4 sections. So I'm gonna have a line going kind of like that. These lines are gonna be soft waves. Remember, try to create some variety. Don't make a wavy line and then make the exact same wavy line again and again. How can you change it? Can you make it a different kind of wave? Can you have it wave in a different direction? So just sort of think about how you can break that up to create some variety. So right now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 sections for my sky. I think I like it like that. I'm just going to leave that. So set the pencil aside. You're done with that. Now you need to grab some markers if you have. Because last time I did the warm sky and the cool mountains, I'm going to switch it. I feel like doing the opposite just because I want to see what happens, see how it comes out. So I'm going to go with cool colors. So those are blues and greens and purples for my sky. You want to use the tip of the marker, the tippy tip. We don't want big fat lines. I'm going to go ahead and just start with the line that I drew in pencil. It stops when it hits my moon. That's going to be a moon now. And now I'm going to try to parallel that line. You might have to change the angle of your arm or change the angle of your paper. And very lightly draw across. This is about line consistency, line quality. Can you make nice, smooth lines? Repeat them over and over again. This is a drill, like a skill builder, to get confident with your hand motions and how you hold your pen, how you make your lines. Can you do it confidently? By repeating the same thing over and over again and trying to get it to go without a wobble, you're learning to control this medium. I'm finding that my hand is sticking to the table a little bit, which is causing a wobble. So I'm learning that I can't push too hard. I need to kind of lighten the pressure that I'm pushing down with my hand so that it can move freely. So pay attention to those things as you do this assignment. I'm going to keep repeating this until it starts to go off the page here. So notice I'm just hitting the corner a little bit and it will start to disappear off the edge of the page. Just keep following that same curve, don't change it. And now, time to switch colors for a different section. You can't have the same color or that section won't show up. Now in the sky, we have something a little tricky to deal with. My section goes from being really wide to getting narrower here. How are you going to deal with that? You can have your lines be wider and they squish together and then they get spread out more. That's one option. Another option is to have them sort of create a shape in the end. Do you see how mine are wider here, but they actually sort of merge together like that? That's another way of playing with it. So however you feel like making this work is fine for those types of line areas. Or you could have it just sort of disappearing into the section behind, which is what I think I'm going to try here. I'm going to echo this line over and over again until it actually disappears behind the section above it. Now moving down into my mountain range, and like I said, I've just decided to play with using only warm colors. Warm colors are red, orange, yellow, any of those. Brown even would work for this. And again, I'm going to stick with a line. So I'm going to start with the line that creates this mountain range top here. And I'm going to follow that line, making the smoothest line I can. If you have a sharp point, you want to maintain that sharp point for the whole line design. You don't want it to start turning into a wave. It makes kind of a cool effect. It starts to look almost three-dimensional, as if the ridge of the mountain is coming towards you. So really try to stick with that nice corner if you have a pointy mountaintop.